I gotta wake up. My kid decided to stay up like all night and not let me sleep. And so I'm really tired.
Wake up.
That's my intro.
This is my normal level of energy. So
Yeah.
you got to turn it on here.
No, man, I need you to turn it on. You did it for like one episode, I think.
I did one where I pretended to be you.
Yeah, we were like, yes, we're adopted. Don't make it weird.
Yeah.
I'm flinging my arms and all this other stuff.
That's how it would normally go.
I do like to fling.
You do this a lot.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Yes, We're Adopted. Don't make it weird. He's Brett. I'm Dave-O. And this week we're going to talk about adoptee things. Like we always talk about adoptee things.
Throw it up. Throw it up.
Asian gang sign.
Not Asian gang sign.
If there's two of them now, it's adopted Asian.
Wait, hang on.
Is it pyramidal? Is that what just happened there?
Yeah. So yeah, welcome back to Yes, We're Adopted. Don't make it weird. This week is going to be part one of a two-part series.
The questions that have been coming in a lot more have had to do with dealing with adoption now.
Yeah.
And as adults, what does that look like? And part of the reason that we do the channel and we do this is that it doesn't really come up. But when it does, it's much more, I think, jarring. As an adult than it was as children.
Right.
So maybe we could talk about the things that you hear as children from children, and then the things that we're compelled to explain as adults that are much more impactful because I'm an adult now and I understand the ramifications of those questions.
Yeah. I need you to tell the story about the school, the kid. I need you to tell the people.
Oh.
The comment that he said.
Okay, so kids are kids, right? And like the things that we hear children say, we don't really hold against them because they're children, right? So like children can be completely insensitive because it's not insensitive, it's just
curiosity.
Right? Kids are kids and they don't mean anything by it. But if you ever heard adults say some of the stuff that kids say, you'd slap them, right? Like that's ridiculous.
Yep.
And so I'm dropping my son off at school a little while ago, and he's in kindergarten, or he just kind of finished kindergarten, and we're dropping him off, and he's going by the line to go into the lunchroom where his class waits, and they serve breakfast in there too, and so a bunch of kids are in line for breakfast, and he goes by, and this kid like does one of you know how kids like exaggerate their whole bodies, right?
Right.
So he does one of these. One of these moves, and gets like right up on him, on my son as he walks by, and he goes, "Hey, why are you brown?" And I love it. And I'm watching this play out, and I'm like, "That was weird," And my son is like, and just like
leaves.
just keeps on going by him because what's he going to answer that question?
Right.
Like there's no answer to that really.
See, there's a different pigment in my skin.
What is it, melatonin or
something? I don't know.
One
of those science words,
right? And I remember being asked very specific physical questions as like a kindergartner or grade, first, second, third grade,
right?
In that era, and also remember it not really meaning anything to me then,
right? But like, what if somebody came up to you and was like, "Hey, why is your skin different?
Why are you pink?"
Oh.
Like,
I don't look pink.
Am I way darker?
You are a lot darker than me.
I am more dark. You don't really go in the sun, though.
I don't. I'm a computer programmer nerd.
Yeah, you are.
I just want to sit in the darkness.
Nerd.
I just want to be Batman. Just Batman.
Right. I mean, like, who I am today would explain, like, the scientific process if I knew it, or I would look it up, right? And be like, well, here's why different skin tones exist. What are you asking, right?
Right? Like, is your first initial reaction that of racism as an adult, or that of curiosity as an adult?
Like, you assume that it's racist.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? As an adult, or we also run a lot into people that I think that they're better friends with us than they
actually are.
Right?
Yep.
And
Why is your skin different? Why is your face punched?
Like, don't cross that line too early.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody,
we've talked about that.
Never be the one to initiate it. Let me initiate it.
Right.
If I'll let you know when we're friendly enough to talk about race issues. Like, it never came up as children, though. Like,
oh, no.
It came up all the time as being a difference that's pointed out, but it was not a race issue. It was just, oh, that kid looks weird. Like,
yep. I mean, for me, like, like I think I mentioned the story before, so I'll just go over it briefly. But, first time I met one of my friends, he went up to his mom and said, "Why does that kid look different?" Because I am different, that's all.
Right.
But as an adult, like that part doesn't happen nearly as much. People hopefully are smart enough to keep their mouth shut. Even if they do think it, whatever, don't ask it. But I get the other questions now, though, like, being an adult. Like, hey, my phone isn't working. Can you fix my phone for me?
Probably.
I had there's a company that works below our office, and one day their whole email server went down, and they came up to our office not really knowing what it is that we did. They knew we had computers because they saw us carry them in, and that's pretty much it. That was like the only interaction we had with them. And they come into the office and they're like, "Hey, so our system is down and you look like you know what you're doing with computers. Can you come take a look at it?"
Which is really just another way of saying you're Asian.
Right? Can you fix my technology for me?
Hey, you look like you know a thing or two about stuff. Like, that used to happen to me all the time with, like, friends' parents or grandparents. Right? Like, you'd go over to somebody's house and they'd be like, oh, Dave's here. Can you ask him to look at our computer while he's here?
Yep.
And I would, because I do know how to fix that.
Yeah, and you actually could. So you're playing into the stereotype. See, I just want to be like, what's a computer? An email?
I read everything on paper.
But yeah, I get that one a lot, though. Just but nobody asked me that as a kid.
Right.
Right.
Well, and I think there's a difference between the racialized stuff and the adoption stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, like, we get the best of both worlds because we are
Korean.
both of those things.
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of the adoption stuff is the equivalent of asking somebody if they're pregnant, right? Like, you're curious and you're pretty sure.
Hey,
but still you don't want to ever broach that subject.
Right. Your parents look different than you, don't they? Don't you think that they look different than you? Right? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. What's going on with that?
Yeah. Again, this is why we need a symbol. So you can just do this, and then people just know. Oh wait, adopted. Got it. This is easy.
Right.
I need Jeremiah to make a shirt of this.
Yeah.
And then that way you just know. You brand yourself.
We do have shirts.
We do have shirts.
We have Yes, I'm adopted. Don't make it weird shirts.
Yeah, you should go buy one.
If I see you wearing it, it'll make things a lot easier.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, even today, we're clearly adopted. Right. We talk about it. It's a huge part of what we do. It's a huge part of who we are, and we've embraced that. But I will see other families out and about that look just like my family did at that kid's age, right? So like a 10-year-old or a child that is clearly Asian with an adult that is clearly white. And I'll think to myself, oh cool, adopted. But you know what I don't do? Anything.
Just move on. Keep walking.
And I'm adopted, so I at least, like, I know better, so now you know better,
No, it doesn't give you a free pass in order to just say what you want
just be like,
because you are adopted.
Yeah, I mean, would it be, I don't know this for a fact, right? But, like, I'm curious to know, maybe some of the ladies can answer this question for us.
Please do. Put it in the comments below.
But, if somebody assumes you're pregnant, just assumes it, whether or not you are or are not, it's always bad, right? And if a dude assumes you're pregnant, that is terrible.
Just gone.
But if another pregnant person assumes that you also are pregnant, is probably still bad, but is it as bad? Because I feel like that's the only equivalent I have to assuming somebody else is adopted. Right? Like, I would never go and assume that to somebody's face. But would it mean less for me
because you are adopted?
I am adopted and I know?
think so.
right?
Just because I kind of want it to be true. That way I have a free pass to just go up and ask people that.
Right? But like, okay, if I was asked that as somebody by an Asian that was not adopted,
Ooh, no, that's offensive.
that'd be weird.
That's
right?
offensive.
That'd be super weird.
Because you know that Asian's looking down on you because you're not really Asian. Because you are white on the inside, as they
true.
say. You are what they call a Twinkie. Or a banana. Cream-filled donut. Puff
Lemon
pastry.
bar.
I'm going to start calling you... no, I'm not going to start calling you
How do you like
puff
doing
pastry.
this show by yourself?
Yeah.
We did.
So thank you for joining us on Yes, We're Adopted. Don't make it weird. As always, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Or on Facebook, join our group. Join our page. We'd love to be able to continue the conversation with you. So make sure you guys do that. Thank you for joining us for this two-parter and putting up with our nonsense. That's it. I got no more outros. I am outroed out.
Invite your friends to our page.
Do they have to be adopted? Is it offensive if a non-adopted person likes the page?
As long as they don't expect me to explain it.
Okay. Yeah. Then it's fine.
You'd wonder why they were there if I...
Yeah. Yep. I'm done.
I'm glad my tea finally cooled off.